Clean drinking water is essential to our way of life. We drink it, brush our teeth with it, bathe in it, water our animals and our crops with it, all with a simple turn of a tap. But is it really that simple?
No, not one bit.
That's right. The process of collecting and purifying water for human consumption is one that's both sophisticated and systematic. Take, for example, water that comes from Lake Ontario. This drinking water source, known as surface water, requires a methodical filtration and treatment process to purify it. Rick Trumper, Water Operations Manager for the Municipality of Port Hope, describes the journey of the town's drinking water.
It's introduced to the system at our intake out in Lake Ontario. It's about 800 meters out from shore. It's brought in through the intake pipe into the plant to a low lift station. At that station, we monitor the quality of the water, the temperature, pH, chlorine residual, when we have zero muscle protection systems on. And from there, it gets pumped over into a set of strainers that take out any debris that is larger than 500 microns. Once the water comes through those strainers, it goes into a membrane filtration plant.
The Port Hope Water Treatment Plant uses a highly efficient and innovative membrane filtration system developed in Ontario for purification of surface water.
The membrane system that we're using here is classified as the 1000 series. It has a porosity, the membrane itself has a porosity of 0.02 microns. So it's an absolute barrier to bacteria and oocysts and other pathogens in the water. The only thing that does get through the membranes is anything in solution or anything that is virus related. Some of the very small viruses will get through. But we look after virus removal or eradication by chlorination.
And the purification process of Port Hope's municipal drinking water doesn't stop there.
So after it leaves our filtration plant, it gets introduced to chlorine. We use gaseous chlorine here, and we put it into a solution which contacts the permeate water, which is the water that leaves the membranes, where it goes through a contact chamber, and it has to reside in the contact chamber for a given amount of time before it's dispensed into our reservoirs for public use. Once it meets all that criteria, once we make sure that the chlorine residual is correct, the time of retention is correct through the contact chambers, it gets put into a reservoir, which then we can pump from there back to the high-lift pumps. The high-lift pumps will then dispense it out to town.
Thanks to Ontario's Clean Water Act, protection of municipal drinking water sources, like Lake Ontario, are further safeguarded. The Ganaraska and Trent source protection plans contain policies to address drinking water threats. Trumper and his staff are dedicated to the welfare of existing and future drinking water sources.
We're mostly concerned about what goes into the water, what comes off the land, people's activities, industries' activities. There's all sorts of activities or influences into our source water.
From paint to pills, Trumper reminds us to take great care with what we put down the drain.
A lot of the folks, they clean their brushes at home and they dispense their leftover pharmaceuticals down the toilet. Keep in mind, everything that comes in touch with the water takes an extra effort to get it back out. And a lot of things that go in the water, especially those that are in solution, ones that get dissolved in the water, don't come out of solution, they remain in solution.
Port Hope's water treatment plant is designed to provide over 20,000 cubic meters of clean, potable drinking water every day. Learn more about source water protection in the Ganaraska and Trent River areas by liking us on Facebook, following us on Twitter, and visiting our website at trentsourceprotection.on.ca.